discuss about what is DevOps and all kind of stuff. Just the points you must concentrate for your interview compulsory. Okay, so that's is important always. What it is and differences. This is the interview question. Only two questions in interview. What is it and differences. So based on that only, I'm giving some map. Okay, so is SDLC. What is SDLC, guys?
Software development lifecycle.
Very good. Software development life cycle. So, uh, you know, the software development life cycle, internal life cycles also there, like requirement gathering. Okay, requirement gathering. Analyze it. Analyze what are the spelling it is. Okay, analyze the what are you gather from the client. So client given a project to you, so then you have to gather all the information from the client, analyze it, and next step, design, coding, testing, build, deploy. So anything you can add it in a separate way, or you can combine like a design, code, test, build, deploy, or a build, test, deploy. You can use it. It is a long process, step by step, a sequential process. This process we call it as a sequential process. It's a sequential process. Okay, so I'm very poor in spellings. Okay, sequential process means step by step process only. Problem with this SDLC is we can't adapt the changes. We can't adapt the changes once we started with the project. Like at the time of requirement gathering only, so you have to gather all information. If client ask for it later after 1 week or 2 weeks, if he want a change, he can't able to change it. That is difficult in a we don't agree with that one. So this is a very good suggestion as SDLC like that. So this SDLC also we call it as a waterfall model. So why I'm telling like this again, differences are important. That's why. So to challenge that one, so they get it, agile model came up. Okay, so to know about the agile model, agile is not a software; it is a suggestions again like a SDLC. It is a life cycle suggestion only. So type in Google what is a agile manifesto. So you will get a 12 principles are there. 12 principles are there. You must read the 12 principle. Yesterday, sir already discussed about advantage of agile over a SDLC. The question is advantages of agile over SDLC or a waterfall model or a Scrum. Yes, Scrum and waterfall model. Advantages or differences, either differences or advantages. Guys, this is a compulsory question. So compare with agile. Agile is a frequent delivery. Agile is a continuous process. Okay, so agile is a continuous process. Continuously, we can able to develop and deliver the project. It's a continuous development, continuous testing, continuous. It's a continuous process. Okay, not a sequential process. Next, it is a came up with a DevOps. So DevOps is not a one part. It is a development and operations. It's a combination of development and operations. SDLC Agile will suggest only up to development only, but DevOps operations. I will give you two suggestions, two things. Last time we figured it out. What is the best example for understanding these tools and all kind of stuff. So here I will give you a few examples. DevOps is a first of all agile in development, and agile, it is a agile process in operations. Means everything is continuous process only. Okay, I'll give you some suggestions. Then only we'll go more to other things. Okay. Uh, First of all, everybody knows that only I'm telling WhatsApp. Okay? WhatsApp. How many people don't know WhatsApp? That is a big question, right? So you have to give survey like if a person don't know what is a WhatsApp means, you have to kill them because he's not in the current status. Maybe he's in a very old days only. Okay. Next, difference between Orkut. If you know Orkut and Facebook. Next one is Facebook. Next one is only Facebook. So if you take any example, then we can able to take one by one. What is this continuous process and continuous delivery, continuous thing? If you understand, then where we are using these tools, then we can able to understand. Just okay. So here it is, WhatsApp. First, I will take an example as WhatsApp. Initially WhatsApp is only for text messages purpose only text messages. They build WhatsApp for text messages through internet. So SMS is given earlier days, unlimited SMS are there, later daily 100 SMS, 200 SMS only there. Okay, they said certain things, but WhatsApp came into the market, then unlimited messages through our internet. Okay, later the people are adding, first they release into the market only text message. WhatsApp application only for text message release into market. After few days you can send a picture message. You can send a picture messages. Okay, so simple picture message you can able to. Next, gif, we can able to send it. We can send a gifs also possible. Then video messages, and next voice calls, video calls. Everything is not happen in one day, right? They're one by one they develop. So why they are doing one by one? So they can develop everything. What are the WhatsApp features are now? So we can develop one day, right? So one time only, not one day. It's one time only we can able to develop. We can't develop that one. Okay. We can develop, but you have to wait for longer period of time to develop all the things, and you may succeed or not. The customer has to wait for your product. Start working on a product, they have to wait. So instead of waiting, so we are develop certain phase and give to the customer and start using that one. So like that, WhatsApp started with a text message, picture messages, video calls, videos, and voice calls, status. You can put your status. You can send a contacts. You can send a pictures or documents. You can able to share it, right? Group messaging. Now we are in WhatsApp groups. Group messaging is a possibility. Okay. So check marks, right? Single one means send, like a delivery report, like this. So why they are doing one by one? So the first one is you need to wait longer period of time, longer period of time, longer period of time, longer period of time to get a complete all the related things. Okay, and we can adapt what are the changes and all kind of stuff. Second one is a very important one is the performance of application. Okay, performance of application. Yeah, you build an application, you deliver an application, and application performance is very important, right? So for that one, I will give you a simple example. Everybody, when Windows XP, release into the market, everybody like it because it's a lightweight and very small RAM. Like if you have a 128 GB RAM also, then it 128 MB RAM also it is working. 256 RAM means very good. 512 RAM very good. 1 GB RAM you are a greatest person. Okay, but later Microsoft launched Windows Vista. What happened? Windows Vista, even if you put a 2 GB RAM also, system is slow. Okay, system is a slow process, slow nothing. Okay, like that. 2 GB RAM only, like for running operating system only. If you want to run application, you must require a more RAM capacity. You require a more RAM capacity to run an application. Sorry, to run a system. Okay, so then Microsoft understand that one. So why Vista failed in the market? So there is a few different things are there, but important thing is Vista, the heavy build application, really heavy build operating system. It is nothing but a program, right? So this heavy build one. Okay, so heavy build up operating system. So what happened? The Microsoft thing. So they take it the Vista and they again develop the Vista into different manner and they deliver the Windows 7. Till now we are using Windows Vista model only. Even we are using Windows 10, but it is nothing from the Windows Vista model only. Few features are added, like a Windows 7 having a BitLocker technology, okay, App Locker. Like few features are added, but it is a Vista model only. It is but coded completely, complete operating system they recoded and make sure that Windows 7 works for 1 GB 2 GB RAMs also working fine. That's why Windows 7 fans are there. After XP, Windows 7 fans are there. Vista is a flap in the market, but they paid a lot of money for Windows Vista development. But still, what happened? Performance. The performance of application or maybe a performance of operating system is very important. Like you download an application, some game application you downloaded today, and it is very lagging. Then what happened? Any frequent not only that when I'm saying it is lagging, lagging of application or a program software, whatever you name you put it, lagging of an applications there, crashing. Google Chrome, when we are start using a Google Chrome earlier days, keep crashing at least one day. There is a 5 6 times it will crash. Okay, recently again it is crashed. Okay, for my PC only. Okay, now it is working good. So frequent crashing an application, frequent crashing things will happens. Then what happens? So there is a logs of, okay, lots of application and crash reports and performance of an application will taken by organization and they will rebuild it or maybe they will change the code and they do it. So this is like a continuous development, deliver, operation, performance, and again we have to develop it. So this is a easiest example for understanding. Just recollect your memory when you are using WhatsApp earlier and now. And of course, if you see the Orkut is another social media is very old days. We have a Orkut from Google only, but Orkut is run almost like a 4 5 years later. Facebook came up and it is overtaken because Facebook understand the futures of Orkut and place their additional things also introduced in a Facebook. Facebook is not popular earlier when they started, but one by one futures there are understand and there are added. So that's why Facebook is there now and Orkut is gone. Like a Facebook games, timelines, birthdays, contacts, such local area information. Like till now, I have a 10th class friends in my Facebook because of I just put my area and my school. So automatically I got a one or two members into my Facebook like that. So this is a whatever that is a best example. If in case in interview or anybody asks a question like, can you explain what is this DevOps or I can think? So what is this continuous delivery? So best example is WhatsApp, Facebook, Orkut. Windows Vista, Windows 7, and self experience with your applications, or maybe modifications like a electrical car, electrical bikes, anything you can able to tell example which suitable for this continuous development. Like phase 1 completed, then next additional features we are adding. This is what it. Guys, I want to tell one important thing is DevOps is more like a administration type. Okay, more like a administration type means if you are not a software developer or if you don't know any software applications or a development of software application, still you can able to learn DevOps because it's a mainly administration part, not a development part. It is helpful for developers. Okay, different phases of development and operation things are there. Everything we can able to sum up in DevOps. That is a DevOps thing. In DevOps we have a plan, code, um, uh, build, very good, test. Next another part is deploy, operate. What is the final one? Monitor, very good. Okay, in middle we have a integ integrate or integration. So integration is not part of development or operations. Okay, so this is a development part and this is a ops part. This is a combinedly we call as a DevOps. Okay, DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is not a tool, not a single tool. Each and everything we use a different tools. So we'll see the tools, then we'll come to the integration, how it is works. Okay, for example, if you want to develop a code, what we require to develop any code, what is required for coding? Anyone, anything? For example, Java,
Documentations.
Python, anything. I didn't hear.
Java, SQL, Python.
Yeah, any application you want to develop, like you have
Python.
to write somewhere.
Python, Python.
Eclipse. Very good. Very good. So we need a IDEs like a Eclipse for different things. Okay, Eclipse, um, NetBeans, right? NetBeans. Recently, I started using VS Code only for Python purpose only currently because I don't understand remaining things. Okay, VS Code, Notepad, Notepad plus plus, Atom. Okay, these are all VS Code, Atom, Notepad plus plus are almost we have to add a plugin and we have to do it. And Eclipse, NetBeans, PyCharm, IntelliJ, Idea. Okay, so there are so many IDEs are there, dedicated IDEs are there, and non-dedicated IDEs like a VS Code, Python, Atom. These are for coding purpose only. This is a first coding purpose, plan coding kind of stuff. Plan means you have to write in a pen and paper. Only, that is next. Build tools.
Layer.
Very good,
Gradle.
Maven
Grid.
and
Gradle. Gradle.
Gradle. Very good, Gradle, Gradle. Like that, so many build tools are there and test tools. Build and test tools. Marvin will do both
Selenium.
build and test.
JUnit.
Selenium, very good.
JUnit.
JUnit, very good. NUnit, like so many testing tools are there. Next, integrating tool.
Jenkins.
Yes, Jenkins. So many other tools
Rambo,
also. And what is it? Is
Rambo,
Rambo or Bamboo?
Rambo.
Bamboo tool. Yes, right. That is correct. BA bamboo tool. Right. So right. Okay. One thing we missing, that is, if you develop a code, main code, you developed it and you released, completed. Now you develop a second version. Then you have to control from the first version to second version. What is that is called?
Version control.
Version control. So what are the
Git,
tools we use in a version control?
Git,
Yeah, Git. Git is a tool application where we store in a GitHub we store. Okay, storing for a GitHub is only for storing. Git is an application. Subversion. Okay, subversion, like that. So there is a certain tools are there. Next, deploy tool for deployment.
Puppet, Ansible,
Yes, Ansible. Very good. Ansible,
Puppet,
Puppet,
Chef,
Ansible, Puppet, Chef. Okay, like it's so many tools are there for deployment. Ansible, Puppet, SaltStack.
Alsa,
SaltStack is in your syllabus, but don't go for it. It is giving lot of confusion. The diagram itself very big one. Okay, if you said in interview, sir, we know SaltStack, then they will ask in a questions in SaltStack. Then both will confuse, interviewer and interview person. Both will confuse. So don't say anything about SaltStack. Okay, SaltStack is one of the tool. Okay, so for deployment and all, lot of tools are there. Next is monitor. This is very good. Everybody knows. Tell me,
Navios,
Nagi OS.
Yes, Splunk,
Yes.
Splunk,
Tell me Nagi OS,
Splunk,
Sensu,
Splunk,
Relic,
Relic. Yeah, that is another demanding tool. Nagi, Zabbix. Nagi OS. Next one is Zabbix. Zabbix is a free tool again. Open source tool. Zabbix. Sensu, Nagi OS, Zabbix are Sensu OS. Okay. A lot of monitoring tools are there. Application monitoring, performance monitoring, network monitoring. So different type of monitorings are there. Main for us, application monitoring is very important. So what is the effect of application on system performance and network performance? That's we have to check it. Crash report and function of the application is very important. Okay. Then why I told these many tools? Because only one thing is continuous. There is a lot of definitions are there. Continuous integration. Okay, continuous integration means integration tools, and that too main Jenkins we are using for this purpose. Like Jenkins is a more friendly compared to others or not, guys? Why we are learning Jenkins? Anyone?
it will build the self-compile.
Because I know Jenkins only, because I don't know remaining tools. That's why I'm teaching Jenkins. Very simple. Okay. So I will ask you questions in Jenkins, but I will ask very important questions. Here, from here, I told lot of tools, right? I told lot of tools. Which tools are best tools? Which tools are best tools? Maven tool, or and Gradle, Selenium, Git, Subversion, or Eclipse, VS Code, Notepad, or maybe a Jenkins, Bamboo, Ansible, Puppet, Chef, or maybe a Nagios, Zabbix, or Relic. So, which tools are best tools? Anything. Tell me some guess.
So in version we use that
I didn't get it.
Maven
Maven is good. Very good. No, tell me some names.
Git.
Git. Git is the best tool compared to
Puppet,
Subversion. What is another tool?
Puppet,
Puppet. Puppet is another best tool. Ansible is also best tool.
Nagios.
Nagivice for monitoring best tool. Very good. So okay. So these are best tools. Then what about other tools? I will tell one simple statement, guys. Understand. Try to understand that is. What is the best tool is what tool you know, what tool you practice, what tool you are you can able to do much better, what tool you know, what tool you learn and practice, and what tool you can do the much better way than anything. That is the best tool. Like, you don't know subversion but you can do git much better than subversion. Array, you practice git, then git is a better one. So always that one only. So it is not like that it's a company is telling like that every tool is a better tool, so no tool is a lesser tool. Okay, so important thing is take the tool, practice, learn, practice all the angles, all the parts of tool. Better to practice, find it out any issue with the tool, programs and other things. The practice make the tool as a best for you. Okay, like the bicycle or bike, that is important. If you know how to ride a bike but you don't know the how to ride a bicycle, means bike is a better one. Always we are the best. What we know, that is a knowledge. What we don't know, that's we can learn it later. We have to learn other things later, but learn what you know. That is here. uh, I want to tell very simple why I put a one line only. Continuous development, continuous testing, next continuous integration. These are life cycles and subparts already I told. Continuous deployment, continue us monitoring or monitor. Okay, so these are DevOps life cycles. Five things are there. So out of which integration, why I told all these things? Why? Because of we can integrate this development and operations with the integration tools. That is why it is called a continuous integration or integrating tool or CI or a CD tool. So usually they call this one as a CI by CD tools. If you type CI by CD tools, lot of tools you will get it in that one. So one of the popular tool is Jenkins. Why we should use Jenkins? Jenkins build based on Java only. Okay? It's a Java base, but it works with every other programs also. Only Java build based on Java base only. Okay, so Java based application. Okay, because most of the application we run are environments set for a Java. It means you can run this application in both Windows and Linux operating system also, and any other application. Means it's a platform independent. It means any operating system you can run Jenkins, and also you can run Jenkins in Docker. Actually, we didn't talk about Docker there, but we can run in a Docker also. Docker is a container virtualization. It means you no need to create any virtual machine. If you have a Docker, you can download Jenkins image into Docker environment, and you can run the number of containers. You can manage it. So it's a CLI based. You can able to run it usually. Okay, so you can run Jenkins in a Windows operating system, Linux operating system, or any other operating system. Usually Linux, Windows variants we can run it. Next one is in a Docker also we can able to run the Jenkins. Okay. Next, multiple plugins. Multiple plugins are there. Different type of plugins are there, like a Git related plugins, okay, or a Maven related plugins, and Gradle, and Gradle, Docker plugins. Like you want to run some application, like after build, you want to run it, or you want to build an application in the Docker, so you can run in the Docker, so you can get it. Okay, we can authentication related, like a Active Directory integration plugins, LDAP plugins. If you have any authentication system like a Active Directory authentication, like a number of plugins are there. Um, Java, Java related plugins we can able to add it. Okay. Next, uh, Selenium plugins. Okay, Selenium, JUnit, NUnit. Okay, these are testing related plugins are there. So okay, so a lot of plugins and pipelining projects we can able to do it. Pipelining plugins, Maven projects. Pipelining is a possibility is there. Okay, that dashboard view, stage view, dashboard. Okay, continuous integration means like GitHub. Okay, storage like a source code, like a we can able to put a GitHub, GitLab, okay, GitHub and GitLab where we store the source code like that. Okay, so different type of plugins are there. Not only this, so a lot of plugins are available in a Jenkins. So that is a main thing. Next, what Jenkins we do? What Jenkins do? Nothing. Jenkins do nothing. Nothing it will do. It only thing is it take the information based on you created a script, or maybe based on you created a script, or maybe based on your creation of the project. So it will take, first important to understand in a Jenkins, you have a program, means you have a source code. So somewhere you put a code, right? Source code means your code. You take the code, means location. You have to tell where is your source code location. You have to tell either it is GitHub, GitLab, or maybe different places. It is so many places you can use SVN, like that. So different places you are storing a code. It take the code based on your suggestions, based on your mm, build commands. Okay, it will do it. This is a one way. So take the source code and build based on your commands or your suggestions. So that is a one thing. Second is we can add a few more things, like I build a project one. I build it. After building, I want to send a report. I want to send a report, so I can send a report. So that is like after build, means pre-build, post-build possible. So what is a pre-build environment? What is a build? And after build, what to do? After build, what to do? So like that, we can able to give in a Jenkins. Okay, so this is a very small. I will go to again while I'm installing a Jenkins. I will tell you how to do it. So now, so first of all, I took a virtual machine. So for you, again, I installed a virtual machine yesterday. So I given 4 GB because of my RAM is more than 8 GB. So I given a 4 GB. And yesterday I told give a things like this is the 4 GB RAM. You can use 2 GB is enough. Okay, 4 GB RAM I given, but 2 GB is enough. I given 4 GB for fastness. 2 GB is enough, more than enough. Okay. Next, I selected this mark and one I selected 60 GB is enough. We'll see that one, and I use a VMNet 0, and also added a 3 lines. Okay, because of if in case if I got a chance to show you Docker installation, so I need a virtualization for this internal virtualization. Guys, I think you know already how to add the 3 lines in a VMX file. If you don't know, already check the my previous videos. Okay, I'm powering on my virtual machine. So, oh, okay. Now we'll see that one later. Okay, here first go to the Jenkins website. First, I will show you how to download, and I will give you a break, 10 minutes or 15 minutes break. I will give you. No. Yeah, we'll give you a break. So this is a Jenkins. Okay, you can read what are your the things like open source automation server. Leading open source automation server, Jenkins provide hundreds of plugins and support build, deploy, and automated any project. See, you don't need to do anything. Just this is the documents. If you want to know how to use the Jenkins and what are the limitations, what are the things are there, you can do it. So before you download a Jenkins, we need a Java. Okay, because it's build based Java only. You read this one. Um, Jenkins can be installed through native system package, Docker, or even standalone by any machine with a Java runtime installation. Okay. Next, installing Jenkins. So this is a actually container and application built-in Java servlet, and application server is Jetty. Okay, also run different servers, Tomcat and Glassfish. Okay, installing in a Windows machine. I'm installing, so I'm going to Windows machine only. See, here it is. Before going to install any application, please check few things always. So better is a 64-bit is always a better. Okay, so as a service, it run in a 64-bit JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Minimum 256 MB RAM is required to install a Java. Sorry, to install a Jenkins. 1 GB drive space is required. Okay, and you can through 10 GB is recommended minimum if running Jenkins as a Docker containers. Okay, if you are using Docker, 10 GB is required for a disk space. So minimum 256 MB of RAM, 1 GB of disk space is required, and better is always use 4 GB of RAM and 50 GB of disk space. This is hardware requirements. We got hardware requirements. Important is Java requirements. Java requirements. This is how to install in a Windows. It is showing. You can follow this one, but I don't follow that one. So Java compulsory Java 8 or a Java 11. Okay, either Java 8 or a Java 11. We can use it. Do not use Java 7 and previous one, Java 9 and 10 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 also not supported. Open GDKs are supported, but 8, 11, 64-bit only. And my system is 64-bit, and this is also a 64-bit. If you want a Java Jenkins 32-bit, and then you can use Java 32-bit. Okay. Next, go to the download here. So first we have to download and install a Java first, and then we have to install a Jenkins. So this is a LTS, means long-term support. So this is a don't update every 1 week and all. But if you download weekly releases, it means every week there is an update. Again, you have to update it. Now either this or this one. So we have to use LTS only. If you see download for CentOS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Debian, Docker, Windows, OpenSUSE, Mac OS is also possible, OpenBSD, FreeBSD, Gentoo, like this. If you see here, it is more options are there here. Oh, Indian Epster. Okay, we don't know. So I am using Warfire only. This Warfire we can install in any operating system, which is Java runtime environment is there. So I need this one. So this is I'm going to download, and also I will show you how to download a JDK 11. I'm using JDK 11 here, or JDK 8 is also okay, and you have to download it from Oracle website. Okay, better to download from the Oracle website if you don't have a Oracle site and all. So I will try where it is located. Okay, maybe have to check it if I copy it into any place. Okay, uh, here you can see Windows installer, and 64-bit only Windows installer, 152 MB. This is a bin. Okay, you can see, just click on this one, select this, download, and it will ask for a username and password. You should create your own account. If in case if you are unable to create your own account, or something is happened, so no problem. I will try to find check it where I store in my Google Drive. I will share the link. Okay, and I didn't remember exactly my uh, password and username also. Yeah, okay. EIGR. Mm, is it sign in or not sign in? Still, it is showing like a sign in. Please wait. Actually, I have it. Okay, so then first I will show you how to download. Next, I will installation. I will give you a break. Yeah, here it is. Just try to opening. It will taking time. Okay, it is very simple. You can create with a normal Gmail account or any mail account. You can able to create a your own account, and you can download Java 8 or 11 only. Do not install 9, 10, 12 like that. So don't install those kind of stuff. Okay, it's okay. I understand. So G download. Don't worry. That is my malware bytes. Okay, I'm downloading to show you how to download. Okay, but I already downloaded, so don't not worry. Next, I'm downloading this one. Okay, Jenkins IO download. Are you there? Here it is. Vasri, right? I'm giving these links. Jenkins link I given. Oracle, you should know how to download it. That's okay. And remember what are the var file. I downloaded successfully. LTS generic Java package var file. I'm downloading this one only. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Just trying to log in, but she's unable to because we are not admitting.
Someone is logging. Okay. Sorry, I didn't check it. Okay, I'm downloading Jenkins, var jar, so this file also. Okay. Remember those two things. First, we have to install a Java, then we have to install a Jenkins only. Okay, and here maybe you get a doubt like this. We have a Windows also there. So why can't we install a Windows? And here also suggestion is how to install Windows kind of stuff. Guys, already I tried Windows earlier, but that time it is not working. That time I don't know how to use it. Just I tried myself. Okay, everything is same. Like everything whatever you do later is the same only. Like this is if you want to if you want to try yourself by downloading Windows part, like you can use it. Otherwise, this is I'm practicing from almost 3 years with the file downloading like this. So it is working any which ways. Okay. Right. So my mission is started and password is admin at the rate 123, and I installed Windows 10 latest edition, you know guys, that one. And I install a VMware tools also. Why I install a VMware tools? Like we can able to copy things directly into our machine. So one more part I want to ask. Yeah, successfully um, downloaded. Only one thing, I don't have a separate drive. I have a C drive only. I don't like to put everything into the C drive, so I will put it in a separately drive. Okay, so I have to add an external hard disk, or maybe I have to divide this C drive. I need a 10 GB. I have a 40 GB free space. Listen, guys, I have a 40 GB free space. I need only 10 GB space only. How to get 10 GB space from 40 GB free space? How to get 10 GB drive partition from 40 GB free space? Tell me.
Shrink volume.
Very good. Now tell me, can you tell step by step?
Disk management.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. disk
MGM.
mgmt.msc. Very good. I open this one, right? Guys, when you are installing Jenkins kind of stuff, make sure that you need a high speed internet while you are installing. Okay, high speed internet is important, or at least no additional button on the internet. So shrink volume. One zero two four zero is a 10 GB. 10 GB is more than enough space for us. It won't occupy more than 10 GB. Not more than it's like maybe 1 GB or less than 1 GB space only. Okay. Now simple volume. Okay. So I created a this is C drive, D drive, and this is the E drive. Okay. Now E drive is good. Now I'm going to E drive. Here I'm going to create a folder. First folder name is uh, Jenkins folder. Okay. Okay. Inside I'm going to copy my Jenkins also. Okay. So where it is? This is a Jenkins and this is a Java. Both I'm copying. Control C. Control V and E drive. See, that is the advantage of VMware tools. I downloaded in my desktop, but I'm installing in my I'm copying in my my virtual machine. See, it is very simple, right? And I put it in this one only here. Okay, so after the break, I'm going to show you how to install a JDK, and then we install a Jenkins and environmental variables has to set up, right? So that's we'll see. So this is a basic pre-preparation environment. Of course, I'm not yet installed GitHub here. I didn't install a GitHub here. Okay, how to install a GitHub and sorry, Git I have to install, and Jenkins. First, I will install a Jenkins. Meanwhile, I can install remaining things also. No problem for me. Okay, Jenkins, Git, Marvin, other things we will install it. Okay. Now take a break. 10 minutes.